One of the things that makes a virus lethal is adaptation. Rapid mutation makes it harder for antibodies to identify and drugs to kill. What we're seeing in the samples you pulled from the population at the train yard is the degree of genetic drift green poison is already experiencing, and it's significant, which means it'll be that much harder to find a vaccine.
Okay, welcome. I want to dedicate this video to some topics that I find pretty serious that are going on right now. And I like to do videos about my thoughts once in a while. So today's date is January 30th, 2020. So the year's 2020, January 30th is a Thursday. And today they declared a global health emergency of the coronavirus that started in Wuhan, China. So that's the thing. Wuhan. The thing about why they declared it a global emergency is because right now there's countries that are not capable, that are not ready to deal with this type of outbreak. They're just not ready. You know, underdeveloped countries, if they get the coronavirus, thousands of people will die, possibly everybody will die, because they don't have the health, the aid necessary, the technology. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. We're in the year 2020. Back in the past, we imagined by the year 2000 we would have flying cars and all types of technology like the Jetsons. But here we are, 2020. We still have tribes, Indian tribes in the Brazilian jungle and the Amazon, and we have countries that are underdeveloped, everybody's starving. There's a part of Africa that they still suffer from the plague. Like, are you kidding me? Like, by now all of this should have been resolved. Like, it's my opinion that by now all of this should have been done and gone. Why are we still living in a world where there's underdeveloped countries? Why? For what reason? Everybody should be entitled to health, technology, and everything they need to live a more prosperous and long life. Like, I don't get it. Another thing is the governments, I don't know what the governments are sitting around for. They're just, they do what's convenient for them and start wars that are convenient for them. But when it comes down to it, what are they really doing for the people? At least us in America, we have our guns, we have our weapons, we get certain freedoms of speech, and I guess the freedom to pursue our dream to a certain extent. And as I was saying, we have laws that allow us to carry weapons, to have our weapons, self-defense, and to keep the government in check. Therefore, we see the government turning into a tyrannical dictatorship. We could take it in our own hands to take the government down. Alright, this is a game called The Division from Tom Clancy's. And if you can tell, the name by itself is called The Division, as in division, divided. And there was a pandemic outbreak in New York City, specifically Manhattan Island, and they separated, they quarantined the whole island because there's a pandemic. And in this game, they really portray. Really portray. I suggest you guys take a look or research a little bit about this game and its story, because it really portrays how things could go really bad and how America has a certain plan. The US government has a certain plan to control this. These are National Guards. Quarantine areas. In here they're called SARA, but we know it's FEMA. FEMA Disaster Recovery Center. FEMA Recovery Disaster Relief. And as you can see, they got these biohazard tents to do their research, and they you know, Tom Clancy was a soldier, if I'm not mistaken. He was special forces, and he has a lot of he had a lot of intel from inside. They got all this technology, they got all this planned out, ready for whenever it happens. They know what they're gonna do. Plastic tents, hazmat suits, everything. And over here, the game portrays all the lost. The American flag. We've seen something similar to this in the Twin Tower attacks on 9/11. All the dog tags of the fallen soldiers, New York forever, missing persons. This game really portrays the firemen, the workers, the people that tried to save lives, little children, missing people. It really portrays a realistic scenario. That's why I kind of, this is one of my top 10 story games. Like, when it comes to the story here, the way the world, the city is portrayed, how you're meant to help the government. There's the National Guard, and then there's the people, you know? Oh look, there's actual somebody there. Haven't been in here so long. So yeah, more quarantines. Warning, restricted area, martial law in effect. So once you go out here, martial law is in effect. You're pretty much on your own. That's why you gotta carry your weapons and gear on your own. You know, go out at your own risk. This is a safety zone. But all this is after a few weeks, if I'm not mistaken, of the virus actually hitting. Here you see all the people lined up to go in through the scan and the hazmat process, the scanning, and nobody is letting them in. They're just there in the cold waiting for who knows how long they're gonna wait, but at least they're here. That's all I could say. Till they get processed and go in.
Warning, now leaving the safe area.
Now, as you can see over here, you could tell how bad it really got. These are all bodies, and dead bodies in the body bags with FEMA logo on them. And as you can tell, there's mass graves. And this is all portrayed in New York, Manhattan Island. And as you go deeper in the city, you could tell how things get worse, and you actually run into crime. I mean, oh god, I forgot how to do this. You run into crime organizations. As you can tell, this was the entrance, and I guess it burned down. So tragedy strikes. Nothing goes as planned. Nothing ever goes as planned. All this got burnt down. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a faction in this world where that burn things down. Civilian in need. Now it's up to you if you want to help people. There is a pandemic. Everybody is soda. I
Thank you.
could spare soda, and they give you a little thank you gift. And it's incredible how much trash. People don't go out of their apartments. They stay in and they just throw the trash down. And it's kind of incredible in some places how much trash really accumulates. People are wondering, they don't know if it's who's good, who's bad. Obviously, I'm walking around with a gun in my hand, but I am dressed as a police. Yeah. National Guard killed right here. Doesn't seem like he died. It seems like he was killed. You know, first responders trying to help people out. Or the vandalism, people trying to get food and supplies, breaking into vehicles. It's just bad, you know? And it really portrays how bad it can get. But yeah, this coronavirus thing, like, it's getting out of hand. It keeps spreading. Maybe the death toll is not that bad, but that gives it a better chance to keep spreading and spreading because it has a slow death ratio. No matter how you put it, it's not good and it's not getting any better. There's quarantine over there in China. Who knows where else it's gonna spread to and what else they're gonna quarantine. I believe it's ridiculous that in the year and in the technology we have now, we still live with this these ridiculous things that we have underdeveloped countries. Everybody should be at the same pace. I mean, come on, people. We're one humanity. We should help each other out. Hold ourselves by the hand, unite, put our differences aside, and everybody go in the same step. How are we expected to get anywhere as a humanity? How are we expected to ever advance in technology, space technology, you know, to travel and colonize the galaxy, or to simply live in this planet more than a couple of generations forward? If we've the time we've been here, we can't get along. We can't get along. The time we've been here, we've been killing ourselves. We're never gonna stop killing ourselves. Like, it's just an ongoing thing, and it doesn't look like it's gonna stop anytime soon. Like, people got to realize the governments are there to keep order. By now, they should have noticed that, you know, there has to be a one world government. There has to be a one government that decides, you know, we gotta take care of everybody. We gotta give equal things to everybody. Everybody gotta have a chance to live out their dreams, and everybody deserves a fighting chance. You know, this ridiculousness about countries being underdeveloped, babies dying of hunger, and thirst, because they're drinking dirty water and stuff. It's ridiculous. Like, what's going on? Why aren't we helping each other? Are we really gonna wait until things get really bad? Do we really have to push? Do we really have to be pushed into a corner until there's no more hope for us to show humanity to our fellow humans? Like, what the hell is wrong with humans in general. What's going on? Like, I don't get it. It's common sense. If I had the power to change the world, I would change it. And, you know, that's just me. There's plenty of people that have the power. There's plenty of people that come close and united, they can make a difference. Thousands of governments out there fighting for petty things instead of fighting for humanity in general to move forward. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to think about. I do not think it's a coincidence. I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as a coincidence. For me, that's my belief.
We've got confirmation that green poison wasn't bred. It was coded. Specifically, he picked up on his buddy Chernenko's research about modifying virus genomes in a virtual space, kicked it up a few notches, and fed the result into an industrial protein replicator. What came out the other end was a working virus, one he could keep tweaking to achieve maximum effect. By which I mean, dead people.
But the whole fact that the coronavirus appeared in the most populated country in the world at a specific time, the Chinese New Year's, where everybody's gonna meet over there, where everybody's gonna travel, where the millions and thousands, I guess, of people, millions of thousands of people are gonna join together in this giant celebration. Like, what a coincidence that the coronavirus started right there and then. Are you kidding me? You know? Like, I'm sorry, the coincidence is too much of a coincidence. And people have been talking so much about when the thing about Iran started, they started talking World War III, World War III. You know, as humans, it's engraved in our DNA that once the winter seasons come, you feel this sense of survival, wilderness. Like, it's in our DNA for us to get in survival mode when the cold is around, even if we're in comfortable times where it's not really necessary anymore. But we still feel that urge, and we all start thinking about it, and guess what? We manifest shit like this where everybody's thinking about World War III, the apocalypse. Like, I cannot emphasize how many people are constantly mentioning World War III, the apocalypse. It's like they almost desire it to happen so bad. They want it to happen. They want it. But there's a saying in Spanish that we say, you know, calling the devil is not the same thing as seeing him come. Okay, if you can tell, this is another area in New York here. Here's a lady taking pictures of trying to document everything that's going on. And if you can tell, people are not leaving their houses. Look at, this is exactly what I was talking about with all the trash. With all the trash. Look at how much trash is in this. It looks like there's some criminals over there, people that decide to go out and loot. Start loitering and whatever.
They're just waiting for us to die. Screw that.
And as a police officer, it's my duty to keep order.
Think we're done here? They're just waiting for us to die. Screw that. What was that?
What was that indeed?
Tony? Tony, where the hell are you? Can't hide from us.
Oh, snap!
Revenge will be free.
Well, they started shooting first. Self-defense. Yeah, go back in your house. Tony ain't coming. If you're Tony's friends, you should make him come. Some of these places I could actually go in. Poor dog, starving. I could actually go in some of these places and explore, and you could turn everything's gone to shit. Explore the back alleys. Nobody, I mean, there are people outside. Only the people that need food and medicine are willing to risk. Obviously, you have a chance to die and not find food or medicine, and just. And in in 1918, if I'm not mistaken, there was something called the Spanish flu, influenza.
Maybe I got some, maybe I don't.
Don't be an asshole. I saw them, okay? I know you have them. Please. Just a few. I haven't had a cigarette in a week.
Cigarette, great. Like, that's really important. Cigarettes. I could hear.
Buy you a looking glass. And if that looking glass gets broke,
Oh, that is just sad.
he's gonna buy you a horse and cart.
Somebody
If
singing
that
to their
horse and
kids.
cart falls down, you'll still be the sweetest
Oh, look.
baby.
Look, it's like some National Guard here.
Going up against the last man types.
They're keeping order, you know. These are supplies that FEMA. And as you can tell, look at this store, technology, electronic store, where everything got looted and vandalized. It's quite a few TVs, though. In reality, there wouldn't be so many TVs. They stole all the phones, like the way. Yeah. Hello there. Hello. How it portrays everything is pretty realistic. Potential biohazard. Obviously, this is a more serious area. And that's exactly, it's just clear as day. Calling the devil is, it's just words, but seeing him come, that's a whole nother story when you see that evil, that horribleness, because there could be real horrors here, and on Earth, humans could be pretty terrible, and it could just get really bad. People have no idea what they want. People, I guess, are bored, especially over here in the United States. Like, people don't know what they want. Half of the people are spoiled to the point where they can't get enough of anything. They're not satisfied. They want everything. And the other half are always struggling and having to hustle and having to push harder just to get half of what the other normal people have. Another thing I wanted to talk about is entertainment and distraction. Nowadays, people are so entertained and they're so distracted of the reality, especially here in America. There's so many ways you could distract your mind and completely be unaware of war and how people are suffering around the world. You know? And it's a shame. It's a shame. People are too distracted by, like, right now, what? The NFL playoffs is about to start. Nobody's gonna be paying no mind to no coronavirus. They're gonna be distracted. They're gonna be entertained. They're gonna be having fun. They're gonna be partying. The distractions, the entertainment, that's what we mainly use. That's what we mainly use technology for for entertainment and distraction. Like this game, this Fortnite, for example, this game right here. What everybody was live streaming when Fortnite ended, because Fortnite ended. It had a they put a black hole on the screen with, then they said everybody was thinking as the end. And what? It wasn't, you know, but for, I think for more than 24 hours, everybody was so distracted, just staring at a black hole, basically, on their screen. Completely distracted of reality. And that's one of the big issues. Everybody's too comfortable. Everybody's so comfortable with their lives in countries, in really developed countries like this. Everybody, you know, we got our health, we got our economy, and we got our commodities. And we're so comfortable, we're distracted. It's very easy to be, you know, why should I care? It's not affecting me. I'm over here and I'm fine. I gotta dedicate my time to play Fortnite. I gotta watch my sports. You know what? With my unnecessary big TV and indulge in all the food, overstuff myself with necessary amounts of food and get really big for no reason. Why would I think about what's stressful? You know, who has time to be stressed and think about the important stuff? The thing is, eventually what we don't see will catch up to us and we won't be ready, you know. Nobody will be ready for when something really happens, you know. I'm pretty sure if, you know, I could see something as simple as having no internet making everybody here in America go crazy. You know, it'll be their own little apocalypse scenario, having no cell phones or no internet. What if a EMP hits? If a EMP hits, forget it. People will, they'll be on the streets killing themselves in no time. Lights out. That's it. People don't know how to start a fire. Like a lot of city folk, they don't know how to do anything. A lot of rich folks especially, you know? And that's another thing. You gotta understand that a lot of smart, rich people, you know, people that are in the know, you know, they're getting ready. They have spent a lot of money on bunkers and prepping. What do they know? What do they know that we don't know? We as regular folk, what do they know that we don't know? You know, they gotta be in on something. Why do they have these fancy bunkers? Like, if you look on YouTube for rich people, preppers, or bunkers of the rich, you see they're good and ready for whatever. They got enough food and entertainment in their bunkers to last them a lifetime for them and their families, and they could completely ignore anything that will be going on outside. No problem. You know, while everybody is dying of hunger or killing themselves, you know, the nice bunkers, all dandy, chilling, no problem. And like I said, we have freedom to move from one coast all the way up to the other. Like, not every country could say that they could move from one side of the continent to the whole other side of a continent. Not everybody could say that. Only America lives without borders like that. Everybody united. Everybody got together. That's another thing. Places like Russia, they live in a constant survival mode because, you know, in Russia In Russia, they're constantly have enemies in their borders, and they're constantly moving their border and invading other places. So war around the world is real. Here in America, they don't know how good they have it. They don't gotta worry about war. You know, we don't gotta worry about war, 'cause I'm here now. And they don't know how good they have it. No borders. They could just run from one side of the continent to the other. No problem. No checkpoints. No pistols aimed at their head or for passports or nothing like that. Just free. A certain freedom, you know, where they could just do and explore. Other countries, there's a lot of hassle if you're gonna pass borders or cross the country. Different religions, different factions. War, we will always be in war. Like, we will forever. We've been in war for hundreds of years, fighting each other because of the colors of our skin. Look at that, the terrible crimes of war. Just killing each other like animals forever. That will never stop. Why do we fight, you know? I think it's also ridiculous that we've been fighting and we've created this division in the whole planet. The planet, you know, we're one humanity. We're all here living together. Yet the planet is fictionally divided with imaginary borders and lines that we created, separating our races and our hair colors and our accents. I do believe there should be a war, yes. Like they say, World War III. I do believe there should be a World War III. World War. You know, because this has to end. There has to be a final war where there's a clear winner. So they could finally be a one world government. That has to happen, you know. A one world government has to be established. We're fooling ourselves. We're fooling ourselves if we think we could avoid war forever. We're in constant fear of retaliating, because then they'll retaliate towards us, and every nation is constantly held back. You know, someone has to just do it, you know. America has a lot of potential to rule the world, basically, you know, and whatever nation, whatever country does take that initiative and actually succeeds, you know, they should declare a one world government, and everybody, but they should be justice. Everybody should be, you know, have medical insurance, and everybody should have food, and there should be no hunger anymore, at least not as bad. There shouldn't be underdeveloped countries. You know, give me a good reason to fight a war, and I will fight a war. Yeah. Give me a good reason to fight a war. Promise me that we will make a change. We will make a new world. There will be a new dawn where everybody on the planet will be as one. You know, make a government where everybody will have freedom, where no more borders.
We are given few chances in a lifetime to be bold.
Yeah. You know?
To have the courage and rise in the face of danger.
Rise in the face of danger. This is beautiful.
To find unity among others.
Everybody's brothers. Everybody.
My chance will not be wasted.
What a coincidence that I just happened to put that little film. It was perfect.
What's our mission, soldier?
Our mission is to unite humanity as one. You know, there has to... It has to happen. Like, this is ridiculous. How will we ever make advancements in technology, in space travel, anything, anything? How will we solve world hunger, join all the scientists in the world for one cause if we're so divided and we're constantly divided, you know? That's why sometimes I think there should be an alien invasion, a hostile alien invasion. That way everybody will find a good reason to fight as brothers side by side, you know?
Super Earth, our home. Prosperity, liberty, and democracy. Our way of life. But it doesn't come free. It is every man, woman, and child's duty to protect our home, our culture, and our families. Why not make the most important decision of your life? Make the safety of your family a personal responsibility, and prove that you have the strength and courage to be free. Join the Helldivers. Travel the galaxy, visit the capitals, meet unusual people, and represent the Federation. Secure the resources we need to preserve our way of life, and create a future for Super Earth. Spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become more than you are. Become a hero. Become a legend.
People need to wisen up. Governments, it's the responsibility of governments and nations to take it into their hands to save the damn world and humanity. You know, we live in the future now. We should already see this clearly. And like I was saying, Russia lives in a constant prepper. They live with walls and fortifications, like they're about to get invaded any minute. You know, they have this readiness. You can see it in their city, in their stores, in their everyday life, where they live in this readiness for horribleness to hit. But they're ready, I'll tell you that. I guess America on that point is pretty laid back. We ain't ready. We don't have no forts. We don't have no walls. We don't have no way to stop if they invade us. They could trample one side of the country all the way to the other. But that's how free we live and how comfortable we've gotten over here, you know? People tend to get fat and lazy over here because there's no reason not to be fat and lazy. That's just how it is. But it's a shame. It's a shame. I feel like other countries need this peace. Other countries need this freedom too, you know? It's kind of unfair that, you know, it's not spread out as it should be. Not enough people have it. And those who have it aren't grateful for it, you know? People over here, they're too distracted. They're too entertained. I don't know. I just know that this pandemic is happening. People are pretty laid back because we see it from afar. We see it from afar. We don't really think it's gonna reach us, but you could lose everything in a few minutes. Your house could catch on fire, or a tornado could come by, and in a matter of minutes you've lost everything that's material. You lost everything. But that's how life is, you know? A lot of people live ignorant of that, and they keep talking about the apocalypse and how, you know, people are nuts. People have no idea. But hopefully, as usual, I'm optimistic. I'm hoping that this just passes by and we could just move forward, you know? We don't have to, you know, we don't have to die. Humanity, I wish everybody could think better and join like they're meant to be, you know, so we could create a better world for everybody, where everybody could live a better life, you know? Everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves a better life. No matter what color or religion they are. Everybody deserves a chance. Okay, this is the map of Manhattan Island, a section of it. This is Central Park right here. And this is all the section that's been infected and quarantined. Now this here is where the quarantine started, and this is called the dark zone now just because it went dark. All this area of the city has gone dark, and it was under complete lockdown quarantine, but then it kept spreading and they had to expand the area. But this area where it actually started, they have these quarantine gates.
You're now entering a safe area.
And it's called the dark zone. And as much security as they had.
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
Now this is known as a player versus player area.
Entering dark zone.
As in, I could get killed by anybody. Martial law to its full extent. Now, the reason I came in here is because
You are now entering a
I
contaminated
want to
area.
show you guys how they depict the ground zero. Ground zero of the zone. God can't save you. Look at it. All these quarantine. Oh, snap. I got discovered.
Leaving contaminated area.
Alright, let's move on forward. Got this covered. Oh, snap. I didn't want to. I didn't want to engage with these criminals at all. But I guess I have no choice since he's after me. What happened? I have no idea what happened to him right there. Yeah, this area is completely lawless. Everything completely got out of hand for the so-called law and order. Oh snap. There's rogue soldiers everywhere. You don't want to get caught, but obviously you will be attacked. The only reason to come in here is to look for medicine or military grade gear that you can't find outside the zone. I'm gonna have to go pretty stealthy, or at least try to go as stealthy as I can, because it could get really bad in here and I could get killed. And right here, my goal is to reach this other checkpoint down here, so at least I run from one side to the other, show you guys. Oh snap. You know what, let's hide right here. Let them keep going. Obviously they're looking for people to burn that they think are contaminated or whatever. Let's run over there. Alright. At least I haven't run into any hostile players, which tends to be a normalcy, the norm in here. Oh snap. And as you can see, the city went to shit. Everything, they put checkpoints with military lookout points. I'm gonna have to get by these guys without getting detected. And I could already tell it's not gonna be as easy. Oh, there's a rope right there where I could grapple up. Question is, should I grapple up? Oh snap. You're right there. No, I'm not here for combat. I'm more like a press. Oh snap. If I have to defend myself, I will, but I'm more of a journalist at the moment. But you know, the law in here is no law. Obviously, this is the way I'm going, and this is the way they're going too. Which is not good for my health. The plan is not to get caught with them, but they're kind of blocking me. Okay, we managed to evade them and go in this little quarantine tunnel, which was not the plan, by the way, but sometimes you gotta improvise. This is obviously all gone to hell and contaminated. Hopefully nothing like this ever happens in real life. This is not something we want to see happen at all. Okay, I think I'm clear. That's the checkpoint. That's my checkpoint right there. I think I'm clear to go. Wait, what? Wait a minute, I'm confused. Where exactly am I? Oh, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Gotta go down this street, turn right. Ugh. I could already tell this is not gonna go as planned.
Warning. Readings indicate this area is contaminated.
It's okay to me. Guns are too messy. Fire's best.
Guns are too messy, fire is best. That's what he said. Oh snap. See, this is exactly the type of situation I did not want to get myself into. These guys just want to burn dead bodies all over the place. Not even dead bodies. All they have to know is that you're contaminated. Okay, nope.
Selfish infected might be hiding.
Am I even going the right way? I do not think so. These little camps they have here. Oh, now this is the thing. These right here are known to be in the actual American FEMA camps. These containers where they pour the dead bodies in. Look at the amount of containers they have right here. All these containers actually exist. You can actually see them if you search on YouTube. You can find these tomb containers They got by the truckloads, all these plastic containers where they store the infected like in mass graves. Oh, this is terrible. It's surrealistic and terrible for me. Oh man, I'm not gonna survive this without getting caught. I'm definitely getting caught. Alright, I'm gone. Hopefully. Oh man, they hit me hard.
Now leaving the contaminated area.
I was just planning to get the hell out of here. And they saw me last minute. Hopefully I can still get out. Yes.
Attention. Hazard levels normal.
Don't waste my time.
But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how this game depicts a real life scenario that could happen. Now we're in the year 2020. And it seems like a scenario like this is pretty possible, and they even have simulators like this. They even have simulators like this that depict the horribleness and how it could really get. It's pretty shocking that we fight wars and there's religion and there's so many things that could kill us, but it takes a small germ to completely wipe us out and make all society collapse. Just like in the 1918, the Spanish flu was killed possibly the third of humanity. Oh, there's criminals right here, escapees. Taking. Escapees of jail. Helping out here, the National Guard take care of these. The snow is kind of heavy.
Drop the heavy gunners first.
Maybe you were better off hiding. Oh man. Goes to show how crazy the streets can get with no law and order. Everybody starts getting crazy. Their children going hungry, or criminals like them, they just want to create chaos.
Get these crooks off the street.
And there's situation neutralized.
Glad you were here when the shit hit the fan.
Let's keep going. Oh, here I go into a back alley I shouldn't have gone into. But yeah, these are just my opinions. Trying to talk to you guys about how serious things could get. It doesn't matter how advanced we are in technology. There are certain things that could change.
Damn, half a candy bar.
There are certain things that could change the way we live forever. No going back. That's why we gotta... What is that? Oh, snap! Of course it's a trap. The craziness of martial law. And there's a heavy snowstorm. It looks like I have to make my way back to home base, but I'm glad you guys were here to listen to me talk about some serious subjects that I consider to be some serious subjects, you know. Hope you guys open your eyes to see everything that really happens and you could be safe, you know. But as usual, God bless America. Long live the Republic. Be safe, everybody.